Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Reset and Revitalize, exploring an alcohol-free life. If you don't know me, my name is Jenna, and I'm one of the nutritionists here at VHM. Today's call is an open forum Q&A, but I do have a short talk prepared to discuss liver health, detoxification, and the impact of alcohol. And then we will circle back and open the call for questions. Today, I wanted to talk about something that's often overlooked but incredibly important, and that is our liver health, and discuss the role of detoxification and the impact of alcohol on our liver function. Our liver is a vital organ that plays a huge role in maintaining our overall health, and one of the major factors that can influence its function is alcohol. So today I want to talk about how alcohol affects the liver, and talk about how liver health in general, and what we can do to protect our liver. I'm sure many of us have enjoyed a glass of wine or a beer or a good cocktail on occasion, or maybe even more regularly. But how many of us really understand what happens to our liver when we drink alcohol? Oftentimes, it's not something we even think about. So the liver is actually a powerhouse that works behind the scenes to filter toxins, process nutrients, and so many more functions. And alcohol, unfortunately, can overwhelm this hardworking organ. The liver plays a critical role in our health, and the liver is the main detoxifying organ in our body. It filters your blood and removes toxins and metabolic waste so they can be excreted. Exposure to toxins makes it harder for your liver to function optimally. Without getting too technical, your liver has a huge responsibility. It not only filters the blood of components from everything you eat and drink and actually apply to your body, but it regulates blood sugar levels, produces bile, which breaks down the fats we consume so they can be better absorbed, and it carries waste out through our bowel movements. Your liver also stores iron and helps break down old and damaged blood cells. Really, your liver is pretty incredible. This is why we need to assist the liver with its detoxification responsibilities. And one of the best ways to do that is by reducing your alcohol intake. Even though the liver is a very powerful organ, it is not immune to stress. When we have an abundance of toxins entering our systems, including chemicals, processed foods, excess alcohol, sugar, environmental pollution, and chronic stress, the liver really struggles. In fact, did you know that we are routinely, excuse me, I'm tripping over my tongue, exposed to over 84,000 chemicals? That's a lot to think about. As I mentioned, your liver is designed to protect you, but as it becomes saturated with heavy metals, pathogens, alcohol, and other chemicals that we're exposed to on a daily basis, it can't protect the body as much as it needs or wants to, and it starts to lose some of its function. As you're probably aware of by now, many of the liver's functions exist around detoxification, which is why we emphasize completing a detox in this program. When the liver is burdened, it struggles to eliminate toxins and instead ends up storing them, which slows down filtration even more. So you can think of your liver like a sponge. A sponge does its job by collecting and absorbing water and junk from one location. Then when you rinse it and wring it out, the sponge can do it again. If a sponge is constantly saturated or clogged with grease and other junk, it loses its ability to collect and release. So we have to do some things to keep the liver working the way it should. This is the cleansing that we're talking about, or detoxification. So thinking about alcohol, even moderate alcohol intake can negatively impact liver function. Liver damage doesn't always show visible signs or symptoms right away, but there are some early signs we can look for, such as unexplained fatigue or weakness, nausea or loss of appetite, abdominal pain, swelling, or bloating can all be signs to look out for. One of the best ways we can support and protect our liver, as I mentioned, is by limiting or even eliminating our alcohol consumption. We can also support our liver by eating a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, and avoiding processed foods and excess sugar, which can contribute to fat buildup in the liver. And as always, we always talk about this, but staying hydrated with lots of water can help us detox our liver and flush out and remove toxins from our body. So there are some daily action steps we can take to support our liver and detoxification. So one would be to utilize a food journal, which we emphasize here regularly, to note how you feel each day, how you are sleeping, what you are eating and drinking, and when you eliminate. This can give you clues if you aren't feeling your best or if patterns of behaviors are impacting your health and your liver function. Two, take note of your alcohol and sugar cravings to notice trends, what you may be able to correlate to those cravings too. Eliminating sugar and alcohol altogether really is the best way to curb those cravings and support healthy liver. But making note of when you're experiencing them can help us to notice trends that may be impacting those cravings as well. Three, set a bedtime routine to help your body relax and get a good sleep to support natural liver detoxification. It can be making a herbal tea in the evening, reading a book, listening to a meditation, anything that works for you, and having a specific bedtime and wake time can be really helpful. Next, number 4, complete our 10-day detox. We recommend completing the detox quarterly to help our bodies reset and detox and support healthy liver function, which then also helps us with healthy hormone balance. And 5, you want to stay well hydrated daily. We emphasize this so consistently through our program, but it's so important and often overlooked, but it really does help us support our liver function and detoxification. And finally, follow the nutrition tips discussed in our last 2 group calls talking about alcohol. If you have trouble finding those recordings or want access to that, please reach out to us. But there's lots of great nutrition tips and resources available to you. So I appreciate you listening. I hope you found it helpful, and thank you for joining.